Handcuffs and sage may not be appropriate for all listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey-o!
Hey!
We're Handcuffs and Sage!
Handcuffs and Sage.
I said it!
You did it!
Yay! We are a true crime and paranormal podcast, and this is Timo.
And Red.
And Dre.
And Steph.
And Stephanie!
Stephanie's here!
Why do we have Stephanie on the podcast tonight?
Because we love her so much.
Because you love me
Yes.
for being in my car.
Yay!
We're making up for the pee-pee in the...
I don't know why we mentioned you. I just know we did. And then we were like, because we love her.
She was in my car. Aw.
So, fun fact, Stephanie provides all of our Instagram love. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
thank you, thank you. You make my life way easier. I just have to pick one of the funny ones you send me. And we did a clued up detective event today.
Yes.
So we thought you and all of us could talk about our fun today.
Yeah, so it popped up on our Facebook feed like months and months ago, and we're like, hey, we should do this. Oh, yeah, we should do
Just
this.
like with everything.
And then last minute, we're like, are we still doing this? And we're like, yep. And it was so much fun.
So, Steph, take us through the day.
Oh. Okay. We show up at a park downtown.
Way to put me on the spot.
Yeah.
there.
It's your moment. Yeah.
So this was in Santa Clarita, right?
Yes, Santa
Okay.
Clarita. And we were all supposed to dress up, take cute photos, show up downtown, and all log into an app. And then from there, we were on our way looking for people that we could, quote unquote, interview to help us solve the murder.
Right. And what was the theme? Sneaky blind? Was it Sneaky Blinders? Or was it called something else?
Sneaky finders?
Sneaky Finders?
I think that might be part of the company's name, I think.
No, each
No?
one has its own.
Oh,
Santa
okay.
Clarita.
Well, it was a 1920s themed murder out of London, right? It was in English. And it was all digital, all on our phones. So
I have to give props, though, to Steph and Dre, because at times they ran.
We did.
Right.
There were times that they ran.
Yeah, because
That
the
was so
witness,
funny.
And I was like, I'm not going to run.
we got to the witness,
I
and then
will
the
cheer
witness
you.
ran away, so we had to run to get the witness. We had a limited amount of time to get to him before we lost him.
yeah,
It's like, if it says he ran away, I'm going to chase his
Yeah,
ass, okay?
yeah.
you guys were kind of in like running from like the shady people in the parking lot. And you
There
left
was-
us behind
there
next
was
to these
some
like
shadiness.
three, like, I don't know who, what,
We
but
had each other.
yeah.
Yes. But they did a really good job of keeping us on pace.
Yeah. It was-
Everyone did a really good job.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
didn't
think
glitch.
attributed
It was
to
perfect.
anything.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we worked together and we solved it.
Right.
We did.
We did.
First try,
First try. Would you do this event again?
I would.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah,
would
it was so
too.
much fun.
I would.
Yeah,
How
it was
many-
so much fun.
How many steps did we take?
We did
today?
like 8,500 steps today.
What's that? Bitches!
I know, right?
Woo!
Yeah.
I was not expecting that, friend.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to drive.
I know, we didn't expect it. We have this little like downtown area, and it was all in the downtown area. Just beautiful, cute little town, and just walking around, and you should have seen some of the get-ups that these other
Yeah.
teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Full on 20s
Okay, but
gear.
let me tell you, we represented Handcuffs
we
and
did.
Sage through and through. We talked
Right.
to people about the podcast.
Right.
Passed out some cards.
Passed out some cards. Dre got us these really cute hats and like the pipe and the
Magnifying glass.
magnifying glass. And I was proud of us because
Yeah.
we were having fun with it. We had a really good
Yeah,
day.
it was fun.
Cute little dogs out there dressed
Will we
up.
win next time? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll fucking win
There were,
next time.
77 teams?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So, clued up events, if you're thinking about doing it, if it's in your area, do it. Have fun with it.
Yep.
Everything is factual.
Right.
When you hear a witness statement, it's fact.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
believe them. There's
Just
no
believe
hidden
them.
thing
Yeah.
behind it. We didn't realize
They're
that.
not trying to trick you.
And I'm going to post like all the pictures and everything on our new and improved website, handcuffsandsagepodcast.com.
What was
So-
that website?
handcuffsandsagepodcast.com.
Really easy.
And yeah, go ahead and check it out. And you can see all the pictures in our cute little shirts. And
Are we going to give a shout out to you know who?
yeah. Okay. So after we did the actual running around, we decided to go get something to eat, something to drink, sit down, and brainstorm and trying to figure the murder out. And we had an awesome server, bartender. I've been to this place many times. It's called Draconum, which is
It's
German.
called drug porn.
Drugporium?
Drug
emporium? Is that what Amy said? Drugporium?
You do drugs and watch porn while you drink. Nope, that's not right.
No.
What's it called?
Now I get it. Dracorum? Is that what I said?
Dracorium?
Dracorium.
No, Dracorum.
It's so good.
Check it out. It's
good.
dragon in German. So they make their own beer. So it's just a little place that does beer and wine and
they had a charity
yummy
cider
foods.
that was very
They had
good.
some cute games out back.
They had
Yeah.
cute games.
Yeah.
They have a palm reader on the weekends. I know that.
Yeah.
Like they're just fun.
Yeah, it's a
I had
fun
a really
little
good cider.
place.
That was my
Very
first
reasonable. Good food.
I don't like Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
But now I know.
Well,
If they're
crispy.
crispy, maybe if they're crispy.
Yeah.
Give it another shot.
Drug porn.
It's
You should look
Draconum.
into making them crispy.
It's Draconum.
But we want to give a shout out to
Ryan.
Ryan.
And he
What is
has
it called?
he has a punk band,
Oh, yes.
and it's called We Are Wasted.
Which I feel like I've heard that several times.
Yeah, so we told him that we were going to give him and his band a shout out.
Shout out to We Are Wasted.
We Are Wasted.
they're on Instagram.
Yeah, they're on Instagram. They're pretty well liked from
He
what we
was
hear.
so nice.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't have asked for more. He was such an awesome server and
Really patient.
friendly, and
Mhm.
we kind of said, "Hey, listen to our podcast." He's like, "Yeah." He put a little reminder in his phone.
he like stood
and,
there and did a reminder. I was like, okay, buddy, chill.
Yeah,
chill
so-
out. You're gonna get a tip. Chill your tits.
So he's
He was
getting a
very
shout
nice.
out.
Mhm.
And what else?
Thank you, Ryan.
And Amy was with us today, too.
Oh, yeah.
Amy.
Miss Amy was on our team, and she helped us out pretty good too. So yeah, it was fun.
She was an
She's a
asset
good auditory
to
learner.
the team,
Yeah.
and she's getting ready for the fight tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
let me tell you, I would like to watch this fight because I have a mad crush on McGregor. He is
Oh, is it McGregor
fine.
that's fighting? I
He
don't
is
even know.
fine. Anytime I see a clip of McGregor, I'm like, oh shit, what
So it's
did
McGregor and
God do to you, boy? He's fine.
who? McGregor and who? Who's fighting?
I don't even
Oh, I don't
fucking
even know.
care. I hope he just.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so fine. But I know it's McGregor and somebody.
Yeah. So Amy is not here with us tonight because her and the Hubs are ordering the fight, and they're having some people over and stuff over there. So yeah, they were setting up when I left to come over here tonight.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Are we going to the fight after this?
I don't know.
I think I'm just gonna make up with my husband.
I might go to bed. 8,500 steps is a lot for me to
I
take
think I
in
do
after.
5 steps a day. 8,500? Are you kidding me?
You know, my knees are telling me that.
You walk more than you normally do?
Well, like when you think about it, I donated my stem cells almost 2 weeks ago. So
Mhm.
like it's not all back
You
into my
donated
bones yet.
your life source.
My life
2
source
weeks
was
ago.
taken out of me. And so like my hips and my knees,
Mm,
8,500 steps is no joke
yes.
after that. So
We bow down.
I did it. And I have the spelling of the bar where Ryan works. It's Draconum.
Yeah. Okay.
Dracona.
Draconum.
Yeah.
Yay!
Really good. I had
It
some
was
soup.
good. Don't-
I liked my
Don't
salad.
get the Brussels sprouts.
Okay. That
Okay.
salmon that I had with the veggies was really good.
It looked very
It was
good. I
amazing.
wish I had ordered that. So.
Mhm.
My fish and chips were delish.
It looked very good.
Very
'Cause you ate
filling,
all of it.
and oh my god, I'm like, I ate way too much food. Yeah,
and those
not good.
Pickle, what's it called?
Oh, you
Fried
got fried pickles.
Oh my
Those were
God.
good.
Those
Yeah.
The
were
batter
good.
on it was
It's
really
a very
good.
nice situation.
Mhm.
Everyone should check it out. We ran into people we didn't even know there, so
Yeah.
that's the place to be, I guess.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun place. Yeah.
Mhm.
We're old.
I mean, we're not
How-
old.
You're not old. What are you talking about? I think I have a
Am
whole
I the
10 years.
oldest one here?
Hell no,
No.
girlfriend.
No, not Timo. How old are you?
I will be 47 in March.
G.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
I'll be 42 in May.
See,
Oh,
there's that
there you go.
Yeah,
I'll be
so-
42 in December.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will be. How old am I? I'm 37.
I always have to do.
I just
-4.
turned 37.
Yeah, you're a
Yeah.
baby
Yeah,
37.
I'm a baby 37. But anytime we go to Crime Con, well,
Mhm.
not anytime. When we went to Crime Con, you and I, what was that, Nashville, I told them it was her birthday, even though it wasn't quite her
Well, it was like
birthday.
a couple weeks early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
My 40th.
And I was trying to get the party started on the bus and like say it was her birthday.
I
And-
say
yeah.
con, you say con, and then
Crime Con,
and then got
right?
them to wish me happy birthday.
People were loving
That's
it,
cute.
except for one lady because she knew her husband wanted it. Okay.
Oh gosh,
Mm.
She
yes.
was there with her
What?
husband, and he likes red a little too much. And we always see
He's just
them.
nice and friendly, and she was just like, "What are you
Yeah.
talking to her for?"
We were doing Crime Con, Crime Con. I look over and she's like, I'm like, okay, bitch.
Wow.
But I told everyone it was her birthday.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, we were there. Like it was my 40th
was
birthday
close.
trip.
You know,
But-
it is, though. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
you,
It doesn't have to
you
be the
celebrate
day.
for the month.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's
Okay?
right. That's
Hell
right.
yeah.
You celebrate the
I
month.
felt no shame. So Steph and Dre are very type A, right? Follow the rules.
I just figured
And
that out.
so I remember the look
Mhm.
on my sister's face when I told him, it's her birthday. Let's do a birthday. And she was like, it's not my
What if they
birthday.
want to see
Like,
my ID?
we're
It's-
gonna-
I'm
yeah.
not 40 yet.
She's like thinking of all these things, and I'm all, just go with it, bitch. Like, come on. It was so fun.
It was
Wasn't
fun.
that fun?
It was fun.
Because then we went to the honky tonk and the dancing, and everyone's like, "Oh, happy birthday!" Like people were coming up to
Did
her
you
all
get like
night.
free drinks?
It was
or anything?
great.
Well, the whole thing was free drinks because
was
we
great.
were with the gold VIP.
Yeah.
So we
Oh.
got and then I lost my purse. And then I had a
Yeah.
police report
Yes.
in Nashville at Crime Con, and
But
then I made more friends
I
because they were
slept
awesome.
on the table the
Oh.
entire time.
You were stressing out because I am type A.
Yeah.
My phone died, so she
Mhm.
couldn't get a hold of me.
Mhm.
She didn't know where I was. She didn't know I was with the police.
Right.
Dang.
So because I am a true crime fan, and because I know
Right.
she's type A and she's reliable, because I couldn't get a hold of her, I thought, oh shit,
She's been murdered.
she's
Yeah.
been murdered.
So she's freaking out.
I was
Calling
crying.
her husband, my
Oh,
husband, leaning on our
no.
friend that we made there.
Because
Like,
I think if she
Oh,
couldn't get a hold of me,
no.
she'd probably think, well, that's Emily. Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's just how I am. I couldn't get a hold of her. I'm like, oh, fuck, the world's coming to an end. Right? I was very concerned. I was
Oh,
crying.
yeah, she had texted me.
no.
I was literally texting her back, like, I'm just outside, and it died. And it's not me. And then to, like, not
I
find
was
my
like,
purse.
what am I going to say at her funeral? She lights up her room.
Oh,
No, she's quiet. She's introverted. She keeps to herself.
She was never late to work, so they knew something was wrong.
Oh.
Like, what do you say? Okay.
That's like the typical true
And-
crime
and
story, yeah.
This is why Stephanie now carries a badass power bar that
And charges 3 phones at one time.
She's like,
for
I have
3D
another-
Street.
Another open plug if anybody needs a plug in.
Who needs a charge? I got a charge.
Nobody lost their power today.
How
That's
heavy is
right.
that thing?
That's
It's pretty
right.
heavy.
Dang.
But I'm okay with
It could
that.
be a weapon, though, too, in case you ever needed to.
Yeah.
Okay,
Put it
so-
in the person like, whoop.
Shout outs to Draconum, not drug porn.
Or drugporium.
That's right. Shout out to Ryan. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Awesome.
Shout out to Crime Con for giving us lots of memories and for finding my sister's purse and dealing with my craziness always. And shout out to Clued Up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll come back strong next time because
Yeah.
we'll know what
Yeah.
we're doing.
Oh,
exactly.
shit.
And they
It's
do
on.
it all over the nation.
Yeah.
I've seen they have one going on in like Phoenix, I think it is next
Yeah.
week, and
You should start a business where you do like escape rooms like this all over because
I know.
they just pay money and do games.
I know, and it's like
And you don't have to
yeah.
put any money out for it. Think
Mhm.
about
but you have to have
Well, they
smart techie
Yeah.
people to like be able to figure all that.
Oh, if
stuff
only
out.
you had a son who was good with technology.
What are you saying?
Mhm.
I'm not going to say anything right now.
Oh,
but
I know
think
what you're
this
gonna
could be
say.
a thing.
So
Oh, my son is her favorite. So
He is my favorite.
Yeah.
He, to me, is like, if he wants anything, I will do it.
All right.
Do you know, like,
Yeah.
there's children, like, I will do anything I will give my life for this.
Yeah. Aw.
Hunter is my sweet baby. I love him.
Yeah.
So
Love him.
listen up. So they have Clued Up in Pasadena on February 1st coming up.
Oh.
So that'll be cool.
Which one is
Hey,
it?
we should go be ringers. Like,
Oh,
we just go down there. We
shit!
just go
I know.
all over the place. And we're like, boom. We're going to be people running
I know,
around in
running
these
around.
slow groups.
So it's a
We're all flipping them off as they go
it'll
with their
be
dogs.
Sneaky Finders too. But they have a really
Oh.
cool one that
Sneaky finders.
listen up.
Oh.
We did true crime, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got a paranormal baby.
There
When?
is one.
There's one
Oh,
that's gonna
witchcraft
be it's witchcraft and wizardry.
I'm not ready.
Oh.
in Hollywood.
And there's one in Hollywood. There's another one in Santa Cruz on September 19th.
Yes.
We're doing that
That's
one.
far, though.
We're doing that one.
September 19th?
That's all right.
It's a long time
far.
from
I
now.
might not live that long.
Oh, stop it.
I always think this.
What?
Yeah, I always have this thing like I might not live that long.
Well,
Okay,
the
well,
other
if
one,
I'm alive, we should do it in September.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
the one in Hollywood is on May 2nd, which is at CrimeCon time. So,
Right.
Okay,
Um,
that's not going to work out.
yeah. But witchcraft and wizardry. So,
That'll be fun.
for anyone listening and wanting to check out your Handcuffs and Sage group, we will probably be at the September 19th Clued Up Witchcraft and Wizardry.
Well, will you take pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take pictures.
Yeah,
we'll take
For
pictures.
sure.
It'll be
Why
fun.
not? Why not?
Yeah.
You want some stickers? You
Don't
want
be
some
shy.
buttons?
Don't be shy.
Okay. You want to buy us drinks?
It's a
Okay.
really good deal, too, because you
It
can
is.
have up to
It was-
6 people on a team, and you don't have to
It's
pay per
like-
person. It's just per the team.
Yeah, it's
Excellent.
$50.
What was it? $9 each?
Yeah, $50 for the team.
Yeah.
Team of 6.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Pluto.
Yeah, it's a great afternoon.
Yeah.
So much fun. Yeah.
I had fun.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good.
Look, I worked my ass off, and I was very excited about today.
Me too.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. And we will
Alright.
be better next time.
Better
Yeah.
next time.
Yep.
I'm looking for first.
Hey, we just have to keep moving up the rankings.
See?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
are
that's
you
fun.
ready?
Yeah, you guys ready?
Ready.
Buckle
for,
up.
You guys ready for
Buckle
some
up.
paranormal?
Hey, buckle up.
I missed some
Buckle
paranormal in my
up.
life.
Buckle
Buckle.
up,
I wonder if any
bitches.
other podcast is buckle up.
Or buck up.
Okay.
All right, so you guys went to New Orleans this year for CrimeCon, or 2019's CrimeCon. So I'm gonna take you to New Orleans tonight,
Yay.
Take me, girl.
and I'm
I was
gonna.
there. I had a really good time. I would like to go back without kids.
Yeah.
What?
Without my daughter.
But she's now 18.
I know, but she's such a wet, like, towel.
What?
What is it?
A wet blanket?
Yeah,
A wet
she's a wet
blanket.
blanket. Because she always, like, goes, Mom, stop, calm down.
Oh, she's
Oh.
not
Isn't
letting
it
you
funny?
be you.
No, she never does. No.
Is she
My teenagers
embarrassed
are
or
so
what?
embarrassed
No,
of
she
us.
just thinks she told me, like, I just want to go, and, like have
Okay,
fun.
that's
and
how you should be on vacation.
She's like my hub. She's just like, I need to know what's happening. She's just a different
Okay.
kind of cat.
So
That's
you
all right.
want to go without your kid. You just want to go without
I
someone
wanna-
else to.
Yeah,
Should be a
yeah,
girls'
yeah.
trip.
Let's just
There
go
should
with the
be a
flow.
girl-
Yeah,
yeah.
there should be.
Girls Trip to New Orleans.
Girls
Hey, I think
trip.
that was a movie.
Really?
Yeah, Girls Trip was in New Orleans. That movie.
It was.
It was with like Jada Pickett Smith and
I didn't catch that flick.
I think Tiffany Haddish was in it too. I think.
You're
Never
stupid.
heard of it.
No,
Oh,
no.
yeah, it's called Girls Trip. Check it out.
Hmm.
I haven't seen it either. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but
I watched Midsummer.
let's not talk about it because I haven't finished seeing it. So
Well, it destroyed my soul.
okay, I'm gonna watch it.
there's that.
Okay, all right. So let me take you to New Orleans.
Please do.
We are going to talk about Lafitte's blacksmith shop.
Yay.
Did you guys go there?
No, we didn't. We
Okay.
actually did not go to Lafitte's. We did do a bunch of tours,
Okay,
and we learned a lot.
learned a lot probably from there.
I actually really
Okay.
enjoyed the tours.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe some people in our party didn't enjoy the
That's
tours
true.
as much.
Well, the weather was really hard to deal with.
Yeah, that is
And
true.
I was like swaying,
But
like, am I going to pass
is
out?
true.
But I was interested in what they were teaching.
That
us.
is true. Like, I like history. I like learning.
Okay.
If you're going to teach me something,
Yeah.
fucking fantastic.
Okay, cool.
I liked it. Yeah.
All right, so I got my information from Wikipedia, of course. Ghost City Tours, which is an actual ghost tour company in New Orleans.
Did we do Ghost Cities from one of them?
I don't know.
And then Amy's Crypt. It's a site where she just talks about different like haunted and paranormal
Amy
stuff.
has
So-
her own fucking
Yeah.
site.
This is AMY, so it's a different Amy.
So much I didn't know.
So Lafitte's blacksmith shop is on the corner of Bourbon Street and St. Philippe Street. And it's one of the oldest buildings in the French Quarter. I love the French Quarter so much.
Bourbon Street is scary as shit.
Okay, Bourbon Street is pretty scary. But
It
this is
is.
at the, like, almost the end of Bourbon Street.
What day did we come in? a Thursday. We came in a
Oh,
fucking Thursday.
Yeah.
We were driving through town.
Late night.
Late night.
Oh, yeah.
We're looking down the streets like you
And
can
it was
pass it
horrible
down.
weather outside, rain.
Terrible weather. And it was a fucking sight to see. People were out. People were fighting. People were being disgusting. It was like, maybe people would act in a McDonald's parking lot.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It was like that all over the place. And then we heard about, like, there's sex trafficking. Like, we didn't know that. And so then
Because we were like, our girls are independent. We were
Right,
let our
like
girls
our
go.
girls-
And
no, and they were like,
you
no,
do not let them out of your sight.
Yeah, don't let them out your sight because they'll do sex trafficking there.
That's so scary.
So
It
those girls
is.
did not get to go.
Mhm.
No, but
Mhm.
we did have fun on the trip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but bourbon is something else.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But the French
Yeah.
Quarter is very cool.
Mm-hmm.
French Quarter is very cool. Yeah. All right. So not only is it one of the oldest buildings, but it's also one of the most haunted.
Give it to me, girl.
So it's built during the Spanish colonial period in the late 1700s. So that's how old it is. It's almost 300 years old, over 300 years old. And it's in a historic structure, and it's named after the infamous Jean Lafitte.
What was that?
Jean Lafitte.
I always make her.
She always does
What is that? Yeah, she doesn't hesitate.
She plays along.
Okay, so today's a bar, but let's go back in history and get a little bit of insight on what this was. So Jean Lafitte was a pirate and a privateer. Now, what's the difference between the two? A privateer worked for the government, and basically a pirate was his own boss. They both stole, looted, killed, but just one was socially accepted, and that was being the privateer. Yeah.
Did the privateer have to pay taxes?
No.
Interesting.
Yes. So he lived in New Orleans in the early 1800s, and this building was used as a warehouse where he and his brother Pierre used to store all their booty that they smuggled.
What was that?
Their booty.
Oh,
Their booty that they
they
smuggled.
hid that ass.
No.
Oh no,
Not that
that's
kind of
not
booty.
what you meant.
Yeah, no,
Sure.
yeah.
Pirate booty.
But yeah, pirate booty.
Pirate booty. I like that at Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay, so but in 1807, the U.S. passed the Embargo Act of 1807. So
sure,
what is that?
I'm familiar. Sure.
I'm so good
Sure.
with history.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What this did was it outlawed any American ships from trading with any foreign port. And the reason why they did that was because they wanted to punish Britain and France for getting into America's business.
I like to punish people getting into
It's like, get out of our fucking
business.
business. Now, we're not going to let our people trade with you guys. So that was what happened
Someone
with
is
that.
upset.
Okay, so when the Embargo Act happened, they had to move their shop. So they moved it to an island in Barataria Bay in Louisiana, where they ended up being very successful as smugglers and, of course, pirates. So in 1812, Jean Lafitte helped Andrew Jackson defend New Orleans from being captured by the British.
Yeah.
And in return, he got a legal pardon
Okay,
for
cool.
all his like smuggling and all that stuff.
Hey, you're a smuggler?
Right.
You pardon.
But like he like just had a gaggle of people. Like he gathered, the Native Americans, and he just, the free slaves. He just like had this huge group of people, and they just all stood on the shore. And then this like layer of fog came in, and the British came up, and they were like, "Oh shit!"
Did they
And
say, just kidding?
Yeah, just kidding.
And
Bye.
they walked away. Bye.
Okay, so after that, they ended up moving to Texas, where they continued being pirates. And then in 1821, Pierre died, and then in 1823, Jean died.
Aw.
So in the 1940s, Roger Tom Kaplinger turned the building into Cafe Lafitte.
Okay.
And it was a very, very hot spot. I mean, it was like the place to go.
Like
Um,
drug porno?
Drug
well,
Drugporium.
Emporium.
It catered to the gay and bohemian communities.
I was going to guess that.
like-
Sure.
And Sir Noel, I think it's probably Noel, Sir Noel Coward or Coward.
What a coward.
He was an English playwright, composer, director, actor, and Tennessee Williams,
He's going to write his own plays, to be in his own
He was a
plays.
Renaissance man.
He was. And, Tennessee Williams was our own American playwright. They were like regulars at this place and they just loved it. So
I'm eating popcorn.
I think maybe they were a little bit gay, these two men, probably, but we can just reflect on that.
We accept
okay.
and love
Yes.
Everyone's treated equally.
It turns
Even
out,
demi people.
so it turned out, what did I miss? Oh my goodness.
We always do this.
Okay. I
said everyone's created equally. And
Yes.
she said even demi people.
Oh, demi people.
You're
Demi
welcome.
Okay. So it turns out that this Roger Tom Kaplinger never really owned the land or the building.
Oh.
So it was sold in 1953. And then he opened up a new place across town, which is still open till to this day. And it's called Cafe Lafitte in Exile. And it's, fun fact, it's the oldest gay bar in the United States of America.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love it.
So, yeah.
Should
So
we go?
That's fun. Yes,
Yes,
of course we'll go there.
absolutely.
Of course.
I'm down.
Okay, so today the bar has been updated, but to look really old. Some people say it's almost cheesy kind of looking. It has like what's the word I'm looking for? Exposed bricks.
I
So,
like that.
yeah,
Like,
so
I like it.
it's not really real exposed bricks, but they did it to make it look like that.
It's like the faux
Pretend
exposed.
Yeah.
exposed.
Yeah, but it's so cute. It's such a cute little building. Yeah.
Should we still go?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
So it still uses gas-powered lights,
Sure, why not?
and most of the building doesn't use any electricity at all. Like basically, like behind the bar to like run like the daiquiri machines
Yeah.
and stuff like that,
Oh,
and the
fancy,
blenders.
Yeah.
But basically, the rest, if you walk in, it's really dim and dark, and it's all either candles or gas lights.
Really?
Yeah, it's really
I
cool
like
place.
It. I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah, cool.
And it also has its own signature cocktail called the Purple Drank.
That's my drink.
The purple dry.
Drank
drink,
or the
baby.
Voodoo Daiquiri, and it's basically a grape frozen daiquiri with bourbon and Everclear. And you know Everclear is like 190 proof. It's like
For sure.
Yes.
For sure, I would pee
Yes.
in Stephanie's car. Whatever car she has, I'm gonna fucking pee in it.
and everyone's like it's super strong drink. So like
Yeah.
one is like probably more than enough for everybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we'll have
Wow.
to check that out too. Okay, so let's talk about the hauntings. It has a long haunted history. So of course Jean Lafitte haunts his namesake. He appears as a full-bodied apparition. He sits at a table in a dark corner of the bar, or he just stands in the dark corner and stares at customers.
Just like super pissed.
Yeah, or
Like
just,
that chick at CrimeCon on the dress.
well, some think that maybe he is just maybe he's hidden his treasure somewhere in the building, and he's just
Like
like making
protecting it.
protecting it, or just like keeping an eye on you so that you don't steal his stuff. And then if he makes eye contact with you, then he just slowly disappears.
He doesn't go like this.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
good. Oh,
good.
she just ran her finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the eye thing, like I'm keeping an
Aw,
eye on you.
shit.
Super,
man.
what is it?
Yeah.
Not super. Oh my god. The Meet the Fockers thing, where he's like,
Yep, that's right. Yep. He never interacts with you though, so it's probably residual. But
What are you, a residual?
are you a residual?
Are you a residual?
you
So,
see it as it disappears.
There's a really famous part of this bar too. It's the fireplace, and I'll get more into that in a little bit. But his shadow is seen kind of lurking around the fireplace as well. And this is all happens on the first floor. Now there is a second floor of the building where very mysterious ghosts likes to hang out. And this is of a woman who is believed to have lived there in the 1890s.
Does she wear a white dress?
Yes.
That's
I'm
the
sure
original.
to hear this nose.
I don't know what she wears, but I just had to say that. Yeah. And
It's white.
possibly she killed herself. upstairs.
Oh, why? Did she leave a note?
I don't know. Nobody really knows who
Things
she
that tick
is.
me
That's
off.
the thing.
Wearing white fucking dresses
Right.
because everyone's doing it, bitch, and not leaving a suicide note.
She
At
just
least say
won't.
why.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's rude.
Yeah.
I think the suicide itself is very rude.
This was in the 1890s too, so
Still rude.
I don't know.
Because they're like, we don't want to have to get out our diploma ink and whatever it's
We
called.
need to warm the ink. Forget it. I'm not doing
Yeah,
it.
for sure. All right, so she's very talkative, and she likes to come out late at night, and she'll whisper in your ear. She'll call you by your name. Yeah. Or she'll laugh at you, or she'll scream at you, or she'll even tap you on the shoulder.
Can you unfriend her on Facebook?
I know,
So
this
it's
is
not-
so fucking creepy, right? Sometimes Tennessee Williams is seen there.
What?
Yeah, because he frequented the bar, like, for, he was a writer. You sit in a bar
I
and
dig
write.
it, man.
Yeah,
I
so
dig it.
he kind of shows up every once in a while. And then patrons in the bar have said that invisible hands may grab at your cocktail.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
If someone fucking grabs at my cocktail, I'm going to fight them. Even
So
if they're
crazy.
dead, I'm
Yeah,
going to
you
kill
won't
them.
be able to see them, though.
Okay.
And they also grab at your body parts. I don't know what body parts they're grabbing
Tino,
at.
do you want to know now?
I do. Maybe.
It's like, come
yeah,
grab my
come
body
on.
parts.
Come on. Grab my booty. Maybe.
Hey, I feel that ass move.
So the piano will play on its own at times. And supposedly the woman's restroom seems to have some type of creepy presence. So
Is it the ladies?
So you feel like someone's watching you in there.
I also feel like someone's watching me when I'm in the bathroom anytime. At any bathroom.
Are you
so-
sure it's
Is
not
it
your
Frank?
dog? Yeah, is
I
it
know,
Frank?
It's probably Frank.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yep. Okay, so let's get into the craziness. There is a demon also that hangs out in this bar.
Why not? Let's do
No,
it.
no
A demon.
demons.
Yeah, and it's probably around the fireplace. So the fireplace is a hot spot. Some people believe that it may be a portal. So around the fireplace, you can see.
People are going to this place to have a cocktail, even though they know that there might be a portal. in
Yes,
there. God,
yeah.
Or a demon.
I would skip it.
Well, if you look into the fireplace,
But yeah, aren't we going for the purple drink?
we're going for all
She
of the
said there's
above.
a portal fucking to hell up in there.
It's all right. It's fine.
But there's a purple drink.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
we should
Yeah,
try it.
yeah,
We
it's,
should
it's
try
fine.
it. Sure.
It's fine. So, red glowing eyes are seen in the fireplace. They're also seen in dark corners. And sometimes the red eyes are seen floating above the heads of the staff. Yeah.
I think
Hello?
they're putting stuff in that purple drink.
God.
Is it Sirzip?
It's-
What is it called?
Scissor?
Scissor.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. All right, so there's no body, there's no voice, just red eyes, and if they freeze on you, they just slowly fade away. So that's kind of cool. I mean, there's
Do
nothing.
you say to a being like that, you did not light up the room, you were always late to work, and nobody knew you were a busy bitch?
Aw. All right.
It's a fucking demon.
Right. So there's many ghost tours in New Orleans, and this is a very popular stop in the tours. So if you go on a tour, they'll walk you by there, and they'll tell you the story that I just told you. And I love it because I'm going to end it with this short and sweet tonight. They call it the watering hole for the dead.
Oh,
I love that. I think that's so cool.
Let's go to the watering hole for the
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
there you go.
Darcy.
My short and
Yay!
sweet little paranormal story for this evening.
Good job, Trish. Proud of you.
Thank
For
you.
all you do. Every day you light up a room. She was never late for work. Okay. So, Dre and I were kind of talking about doing Nurses That Kill.
Yes.
All right. So, I was kind of looking into this, like, famous Nurses That Kill. And I kind of fucking fell in love with this story because it's
Yeah.
so fucked.
Okay. All right. Cool.
It's awful.
Okay.
This woman is awful.
Yay.
Okay.
Like, so awful.
Like, so awful.
Okay, so Dre's a nurse, y'all, so...
Dre is a nurse. She, fun fact, she doesn't intentionally kill people.
Yeah.
No?
No,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Now's the time
I'm
to
sorry
share.
to break your
She
heart.
doesn't, you know what? She doesn't light up her room, guys.
She doesn't
don't
light up
know.
her room.
Oh,
She's
no, wait, that's when
constantly
you die.
late. So we thought it'd be fun to do. So nurses typically badasses. They kind of just are there always. They're the people you count on. We've all been in situations having babies and things. Nurses are the ones that
Attention
are
to detail.
attention to detail. Right. The ones that are cooing your, it's going to be okay.
Right.
Apparently type A personalities, too.
Yes,
Type A
for sure.
personalities. I am not a type A person. Fun fact. Okay. So this is so fucked because not only is this person like just out there on the reins, but she also took a role where people normally respect and, you know, look to this person to take care of them, right? And really took advantage of that. Okay,
Ugh.
so the story I'm doing is Jolly Jane Toppin. Do you guys know who
No.
she is?
Oh, you're going to hate and
Wow,
love
that's
her.
a name.
It is a
Yeah.
name. Her name is Jane Toppin.
Jolly sounds like
But they called
maybe a
her
little sarcasm.
They called her
Well,
Jolly Jane.
She was a happy lady.
She was a
like,
happy
"Yeah."
lady.
Oh, so she's charming.
She is.
Charming.
Oh, so sociopath.
She-
It's like
Yes, yes,
okay.
She might have been a sociopath.
Hmm.
That is correct.
Mhm.
Shit.
Just
Just wait.
wait.
Buckle up.
Buckle up, bitches. Here we go.
Okay.
Jolly Jane. So I'm going to start in early life in 1854 in Lowell, Massachusetts. So this was a place to be because there was large factories going on. So people were going there to work.
Okay.
Bridget and Peter Kelly went there as Irish immigrants. They were Catholic, but as we know, Irish were looked down upon at that time as job stealers. Most of the people there looked down on them for being Catholic. They were looked down on as less than, treated like shit. Bridget and Peter had 3 children, Nellie, Delphi, and Honora. Bridget did die of tuberculosis or consumption. Consumption. She died of the consumption. So after Bridget's death, Peter was brokenhearted, as I would assume my husband would be if I died of consumption.
Better be.
Right? Peter Kelly was a terrible alcoholic.
Oh.
But I also feel like, and everything I read and I like listened to and I watched, also suffered from mental illness. And there is a story.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where he once sewed his eyes shut.
What?
He was a tailor.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, let me see if this.
Wait, why?
Yeah, he had mental issues. He was not a sane man.
Same people don't cite their...
No.
They probably didn't have ice. So
And
but
his-
wait, but why?
She was like, where was the ice? Where was the numbing?
Wait, well,
He
but
just-
why?
He lost his wife to tuberculosis. He was raising these 3 kids by himself. And he was losing his shit.
And he thought, sewing my eyes shut is going to help. How?
He had the means.
Right.
And he didn't have the mind, apparently, because he
Uh-huh.
was crazy.
Uh-huh.
So
Did
that's
he
just to show
unsew
you
his
how...
eye, or-
Well, someone caught him.
Right.
So they
used
walked
to-
in on him.
I am eating popcorn while I'm telling the story. It's not rude. So they called him Kelly the crack.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he was a crackpot. They
Uh-huh.
just would, like, he's crazy. He's insane. He was trying to take care of these 3 girls. They said he drank and he abused them, like,
Yeah.
beat them.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
He was just not taking care of them. These 3 sweet baby angels. And so all 3 of them ended up being sent to the Boston Female Asylum, which actually had started out taking care of girls that were making like bad decisions, but then it ended up being an orphanage.
Right. It was like for needy girls.
Right.
And then
Mm-hmm.
became an orphanage.
Right. So they never saw their father again.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And Honora was 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I was listening to a lot of things, and I was surprised because sometimes they would say she was 6 years old, and sometimes they would say she was 9 years
Well,
old.
this was like in the 1800, like, it was
Is that 1854?
1854.
So 1863, they said that her and her sisters were sent to live there, and she was 9 years old. But there were statements, and I just want to say this, that she was 6 years old
Right.
when this happened.
It's just like records aren't that great when it goes
No.
that far back.
So at this school, they were supposed to like learn basic skills, math, arithmetic, all those things, and domestic skills, things to, you know, take care of your husband and children, hopefully someday, which like cracks me up because we don't fucking do that shit. We handle our shit now. You don't need to teach me how to fucking sew. Okay. So the way that this was set up is they would be sent to this orphanage, and hopefully a family would pick up on these girls and take them into their homes as servants.
They were like not enslaved. It was
Indentured
servants.
Right. So which is
Basically-
really sad.
It's basically like a slave, but you agree to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
For
Right.
room and board. And,
Right. And it happened when they were 10 years
Yeah.
old.
oh my
Oh.
God.
Yes.
They sold themselves.
No, a 10-year-old cannot sell,
Right,
right? They
right,
were in an orphanage, and a family said, hey, come to my home. What are you going to say, right?
Yeah.
You're going to say, are there chicken nuggets involved? Like,
Yeah.
you know, you're 10 years old.
Do we have Taco Tuesdays?
We have Taco
okay.
Tuesdays.
I got it.
Okay. So, Honora went to this family, the Toppin family, and also another orphan of one of her co-foster people that she kind of like knew. Her name was Elizabeth. They both went to the Toppin family.
Okay.
Okay. And so they went to the Toppin family as servants, right? So Honora never saw her sisters again,
Hmm.
which is really fucking sad. Like we always joke, like Steph and I have 1 million sisters, right? But the
And
thought
one. You're forgetting the
A
one.
million and one.
plus one. And it's sad to think that she was at such this young age and she never saw them again. One ended up as a prostitution whore, and one ended up in an insane asylum.
Wow.
Really sad situation for these girls. So Elizabeth, this other foster child, and Honora went to go live with the Toppin family. And you would think, great, they have a family to live with. Not so, boo.
It's not going there, I don't think.
Not so.
No.
So we remember that the Kelly family were Irish, and they were really looked down upon. And so when Honora went to go live with the Toppin family, they said, you can't tell anyone you're Irish, right?
Aw.
Your new name is Jane Toppin. So they changed her name, and they told her she had to tell everyone she was Italian and that her parents had died at sea. And Elizabeth, who was also a foster child, lived there. And Ann Toppin, who was the mother, really favored Elizabeth to the point where it hurt Jane or Honora all the time. Like, it was awful. So her mother had died. She had been in this orphanage. Her father was a fuck up. She's now into this foster care home. And again, she's being rejected by the person who has taken her. It's really sad. It really is. So they said that her foster sister Elizabeth was well liked and she was social, and Anne just loved her. And then Anne adopted Elizabeth. And did she adopt Jane? No, she didn't.
And
She did not.
She was prettier. Where like Jane was a little heavy,
Mm-hmm.
and Elizabeth wasn't. You know,
Yes.
she was like the pretty, whatever.
The pretty girl.
The pretty girl. Yeah.
She was the fucking pretty girl. Right. It's really
and then
sad.
one of them Cinderella.
I know.
So when they said that they were younger, Jane acted out. She told a lot of lies, and she would tattle on people constantly. And even like things that she would do naughty, she would go and say it was somebody else. Like she loved to see people get in trouble. I almost understand this. Like as a child, she's so unloved and unwanted. She's really just wanting to someone you're saying you're good. You're doing, you know
Right,
what I mean?
right,
It's so
To
sad.
look good in people's
Right,
eyes.
right.
Yeah.
So she was a heavier girl and a plain Jane. And Ann Toppin always just was mean to her about it, always was hard on her about it. It was very sad. So then, as the girls got older, about 18, Elizabeth got engaged. Okay, she got engaged to a man named Ormel, and he was a deacon in the church, the local church. And she had had a lot of suitors. A lot of guys were interested in her because she was hot Liz. And Jane didn't really have anyone interested in her. It was very sad. So in 1872, she graduated from high school. It's really sad. So Liz and Ormel got married. Jane still isn't married. And Anne Toppin left everything to Elizabeth. And so Elizabeth, who felt bad for Jane because everyone loved Elizabeth and she was like this really great person, was like, that's okay. You can come work for me and be my housekeeper. So here's poor Liz.
Aww.
Let's talk through this. Her mother dies. Her father's a fuck up. Her foster mother doesn't love her, won't even adopt her. And she has to like always be in competition with Liz. And oh, guess what? It's okay. I can be your housekeeper.
Shit.
Right? That's going to cause some issues with people. It just is. It just is. Like, that would tick me off, too.
But where is she gonna go?
Well, she should have no love, no empathy, no.
And back in
And then
the
she's
day...
not like a beauty queen where she can just marry.
No, she's a plain Jane.
Right.
We've all seen pictures. Well, we've seen pictures. It's like, oh, damn, girl. It's not looking good for Jane. So, 1880s, Jane did... Hold on to this. Did get engaged. But then at the altar, he left her.
What a piece of shit.
Oh my gosh.
So after all this, she's rejected again
Man.
at the fucking altar. And she has thoughts of suicide.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Yikes.
She is.
I had to show them a picture of her.
She is a plain Jane.
Yeah.
Okay, so she had thoughts of suicide, of course. She had been left at the altar. She had been
So sad.
rejected
Horrible.
again in her life.
Was there a reason why? Do we know why he left her?
Did you see the picture of Jane?
But he proposed, but why at the altar?
Who fucking knows?
Okay.
I don't know. Nobody went into that.
He changed his mind.
Just kidding. And then he backed up slowly out of the
Aw.
church. Okay.
That gif where like Homer's going into the
Yes.
bushes.
That's exactly
That
what
was it.
happened. At this time, she was also obsessed with dreams, meaning, or determining your future.
That's funny, me too. Just kidding.
Oh, shit! Nurses!
I'm
Okay.
just kidding.
So at 31 years old, she decided to become a nurse. She was a kiss up to all of her teachers. She tattled and gossiped on all of her. So she never changed. Like she
Right.
always did
Yeah.
that throughout her entire life. So it seemed like teachers and things like that in her life loved her, but her classmates or friends fucking hated this bitch, right? We all know somebody in our life. That's this
Brown
bitch.
noser.
Yeah.
Brown noser. So they're saying at this time during nursing school that they once had to do a thing on a cadaver. Like they had to come in, they had to take notes. And Jane felt fascinated with this moment. And I'm thinking the way that we're talking about this now is like this was like a 13-year-old boy having his like first moment. Like what's happening to my body?
Yeah, exactly.
This
Yeah.
is the devil. Jane became obsessed with this process, the autopsy process. She loved that the cadaver could do absolutely nothing. It was dead, and they could just kind of do whatever they wanted to it.
Wow.
And it gave her sexual feelings. So they said that
Hmm.
she had, and I'm going to say this word. Give me a moment.
It's crazy.
Arterotophilia. Erotophilia. That's what she had.
Okay.
Okay. She liked damn dead people.
Like them
on
how?
sexually?
Yeah, so, yeah.
So is that like you get sexually aroused by
That's
a dead
right.
body?
Dead
Okay.
body, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because it comes back to being in control.
Right.
You have the power and they can't reject you,
Mhm.
which is
Aw.
also a thing that Jeffrey Dahmer had,
Mhm.
which is really
Mm.
sad.
Mm.
So she just was having a moment with this cadaver and she was forever changed. She was always signing up and like obsessed with the autopsy process to the point that the medical teachers were concerned.
Yeah, I would be
So that
concerned.
Wow.
be a red flag, right?
Absolutely.
They weren't like, this is a healthy amount. No, this
Right.
is too much.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Jolly Jane was popular with patients because she had this jovialness about her, right? She was always sweet and fun. She's going to be there to take care of you, right? People really liked her, really, really liked her.
She had to have that good personality to get through life, right?
That's right. She might have been a sociopath.
Just maybe.
That's right. So during this time, she treated these patients as her test subjects. She was trying to figure out during this time what worked and what didn't work. And during this 4-year period of nursing school, she was obsessed with atropine. Do you want to discuss what atropine is? Okay. So I didn't know what atropine was, and I thought I knew everything. So, and obviously in high doses, it's poisonous. So this is what atropine does. So say you give someone morphine, what happens? They go down, right? They can maybe fall asleep. That sounds... I would do morphine right now. That sounds good.
I don't think I need morphine.
So
Super chill.
atropine does the opposite. And it wakes you up, right? So maybe in critical situations, maybe an EMT could give someone atropine to get their heart going, right? Does that make sense? Right. So
It's like
morphine
an EpiPen.
is down and atropine is up, right? So guess what she started doing? Taking them down and up and down. So she was like playing with them.
Her
Right.
patients.
Her
patients.
patients.
Oh shit.
She's
okay.
Right. So she's like, how much of this will do? How much will that will do?
And
Right.
she played with them. Like, she played with the dosaging.
Okay, so
Uh-huh.
she was using her
She was-
patients as guinea pigs,
Yes,
basically.
yes,
okay.
yes.
That is correct.
For 4 years.
Yes.
Dang.
So she had a patient, Amelia Finley, who I feel really bad for her because she was in the hospital. She had just had surgery and she had had an ulcer like burned off her uterus. And back then they used like a metal to like burn it off.
Dang.
Because back then everything was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Like you needed something done, it's going to be fucking
That's
terrible.
why no one lived to be old.
Right, right. It was going to be awful. So she was in terrible pain, awful pain. And she said she was writhing in pain, just couldn't stand it. And then she looks over and she sees Jane, her nurse.
The angel.
The angel. And she comes over and she says, I have something for you. Don't you worry. And she gives her something. And all of a sudden she said her body went numb. She felt much better, like the pain was gone. And she had given her morphine. Okay, that's cool, man. That's cool. So she felt the morphine. And all of a sudden, Jane, her nurse, her caregiver, straddles her.
What?
And starts kissing her face.
What?
And
Caressing
snuggling
her.
on her and caressing her. And then fondling her.
And then
And because of the drugs she's taking in, she's thinking this is a dream. I'm having a dream.
Yeah.
So then another person walks in and catches naughty Jane doing naughty deeds to Amelia. And she jumps off and like stops.
Why is Jane so jolly? Huh.
She's getting her rocks off all the time, baby.
Give me some morphine.
So Amelia left the hospital telling herself it was just a dream. It was just like it didn't actually happen. But she was actually very, very lucky because it did happen and she totally was going to slowly kill her.
Wow.
And something that Jane does is as she's killing you, she wants to snuggle with you while you fucking die. And it gets her hot and heavy. It's really sad.
God.
It is really sad. So
She's sick.
she was sick. Okay. So Jane is praised for being an outstanding nurse. She's just fucking doing it, right? She's doing a great job.
She's making everybody feel good.
She's making everybody feel good. So her superiors say she's just fantastic. She needs more training. We're going to send her to the largest medical program there is in Boston. So in 1889, she's 36. She goes to Boston. And she is really experimenting then. Killing, how to kill, what gets her off, right? She's doing this whole thing. In 1890, this is when she's having her moment, because while superior staff maybe be away working, they have her be in charge of the staff, right? So this is her moment, because she's worked really hard. She's always been rejected, but here in this moment, they've put her in charge. What is really sad is that they have a very strict rule while she's there that you cannot leave campus, right? Because at any time, maybe a patient needs something, and even if you're off work, you must be able to help to attend. And she got a little cocky because she was in charge, and she did leave one night, and the staff told on her. Why? Because she tells on everybody fucking else. And they dismissed her right before her nurse's graduation.
What?
Yep.
Her diploma had already been signed and everything.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
And they let her go. So she went back to the hospital that she had been training at before and persuaded them, please let me take my nurse's test, right? And they let her. Okay, so she passed her nurse's test. In 1891, she was dismissed, though, from this nursing school that let her finally take the nursing test because she gave too much opiates to people. If I was a patient, I wouldn't be complaining. But somebody complained. Fucking a couple of Karens up in here said I got too many opiates and I feel fantastic about everything. Anyway, so she decided, I'm going to be a private nurse.
Ooh.
Private nurse is where the money is. She was going to make it rain.
Okay.
Okay, and she got actually really good recommendations from her superiors from this school, and she became one of the most popular private nurses. It was said that she was making $25 a week, which, you know, when I think about that now, fucking sad. But back then, the average was $5 a week.
Wow.
And she was making $25 a week.
Wow.
So she was just making money. She also really liked to drink beer, turn friends against each other, and watch them squabble. So she was kind of a fucked up bitch.
That's hilarious.
So she's enjoying her success as a nurse. She's enjoying watching her friends fight, and all that fun stuff. So in 1895, she decides her landlord was a fussy budget, and she decides to kill him.
Budget.
Oh.
All
A
right.
fussy budget.
Fun fact. $25 in 1985 is equal to $765 in 2020.
Oh, shit!
She made shitloads of money.
She did.
So like seven,
It was like
Like-
$765.
like 800 a week.
800 a week, yeah.
All right.
A shit ton of money.
Shit ton.
So he was a fussy budget, and she decided she would poison him. Sure, why not? But then take care of him. So this was the thing about Jane. They said she loved to do this with people where she would poison them, but then take care of them and take care of them.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
She wants the praise. You're such a good caretaker. But she was the one doing it. The landlord dies.
Oh.
I know.
Okay.
And then in 1897, she also kills the landlord's wife, Lovey. And I love that name, Lovey.
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 That's gonna be my next dog's name. Just kidding.
Isn't that from
Gilligan's-
Gilligan's Island?
Yeah.
Lovey. So she also killed Lovey. So in August 1899, she invites Liz to come down and picnic with her because she has a very nice house in Cape Cod, right? She's making all this money. She's got an extra house in Cape Cod. She invites her sister Elizabeth, to come be with her for a bit. And they go on this picnic and they have some kind of like crazy ass meat. I can't remember what it was. It was like, I don't eat that at a picnic, but they ate it. And she served her also some taffy and mineral water. But a fun fact about Jolly Jane is she didn't just inject people with morphine or atropine. She would also put it in mineral water and also do what's it called? Enemas?
Yeah.
She would also do enemas.
Just put it up you.
Wow. That
What
goes
was
right
that?
into the system.
What was that? So they had this beautiful picnic, but then Liz soon felt sick. She was very sick, but thank God Jane was there to take care of her. Right. Jane said, I will take care of you. Don't worry about it. But Elizabeth ends up dying in 1899. And it's the one time that they said that Jane, like, killed for revenge. She usually killed people she really, really liked.
Right.
Like, she wanted them to be with her forever, and she did this whole thing.
She wanted to caress them.
Right. But she said she laid down next to Elizabeth and watched her fucking die and just was like, fuck you the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah. So she died. And then, as all women, of course, would do in this situation, she then was trying to hook up with Elizabeth's husband. She was like, why don't you fucking love me?
Have you seen this?
And Elizabeth's husband, Ormo, was like, I don't think so, bitch. So she was pretty pissed about that.
Oh, that's not good.
Ormo.
Yeah.
How do you spell his name? Ormel?
Ormel. Ormill. Ormel. I would have named another child Ormel for sure. We didn't
So
have
like
any-
Orville, but with an M.
Yeah.
Ormill.
Right.
That was Ormo.
So a lot of people who talk about Jolly Jane say that she wanted Elizabeth's life, like
Absolutely.
wanted her
Yes.
life. Yeah, she wanted to be here. She was beautiful. Everyone liked her. She got married young. She had this wonderful life, and she was very jealous of her. Even though Elizabeth was always very kind to her when people weren't very kind to her, she was the one she wanted to kill, and that is very fucking sad. So in December 1899, she also decided to kill a 70-year-old and took no time to kill this patient. And they said that was really odd. So almost like a serial killer that we hear nowadays, how like, they have to do it sooner and like almost to fulfill something. All of a sudden she's getting amped up. Like she's got to kill people sooner and sooner. And before, when she killed someone, she would take her time. We're friends. Like, I like this person. And it would take time to kill them. No, this person, she was in and out and killed them. Like, she needed to get off. She should have had a cadaver vibrator, but
Right?
they probably didn't have that. Did they have that?
I don't think so.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Okay, so in 1900, the Connors were in charge of a nursing dining home. And Jane thought it would be really good to kind of also be in this position. So she decided to kill the woman who was running the mess hall. And so then she was in charge of it. And fun fact, the person running the mess hall also had an apartment. So Jane also got that apartment.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Winning.
She
That's how you do
was
it.
like, I'm going to be in charge of everything and you're going to fucking die.
Wow.
Okay. But then in November 1900, she got let go because she was caught stealing. And that was something she had always done her whole life.
Right.
Lying and stealing. And so she lost her apartment, which is super sad. Not really.
Do we know what she was stealing?
Money. She stole money. So Jane had moved out to a cottage for a discount for being a nurse, which, how nice for her. What a little perk for her. Thank God, right? She had this beautiful cottage in Cape Cod, but she hadn't paid. I believe it was a year, and I think that they said in today's dollars she owed about $15,000.
Wow.
Right. So this Davis family was the one, they were the landlords over this property. Maddie the mother had decided she needs to pay the rent.
Okay.
After all this time. So she went to Jane and was like, you need to pay the rent. And Jane said, sure. And she handed the money over, and then the story was all
No, I don't think so.
done. That is
That's not what happened.
not what happened. So as soon as Maddie got to Jane's house, Jane said, oh, you must be so tired. Let me offer you some water, maybe some mineral water. And oh, Maddie got sick.
Oh, darn.
Don't worry. Jane was there to take
I'm a
care
nurse.
of her. Right. On July 5th, 1901, Maddie died.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. So then she offered, of course, out of the goodness of her heart, to come and take care of Alden, which is Maddie's husband. Let me come take care of you. So she moved into the Davis home.
Wow.
You're having a hard time. I can't imagine. Oh my God, Maddie died. This is terrible. Let me take care of you. I know just what to do. But while she was at the Davis home, she tried to set it on fire 3 separate times.
What? Why? She had a place to stay.
This fucking bitch, man.
She just wants to take them out so she can just have her cottage.
That's right.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to pay this rent.
Oh,
She's trying to
yeah.
fucking kill them all.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she decided, burning the house down isn't working. I guess I'll just go back to poisoning
I think
everybody.
it's bigger than that. Her motive isn't even like getting rid of them. Her motive is something
Right.
psychological.
Yes.
How did they know that she did it 3 times? Like,
Because
they
the
caught her?
family kept catching these fires and like,
Oh.
who started these fucking fires?
Why is there a fire in the
Yeah.
guest room?
And Jane's like, oh my God, what's happening?
Here's my winter water. Put it
Oh
out.
my God, what's happening right now? But it was her bitch. Okay. So the Aldens had children. One of them was Genevieve and Minnie. And Genevieve died in 1901, soon after Alden. Their other child, Minnie, who was really like, something's going on here, something's wrong, right? Picking up on all these red flags. Jane wasn't going to have any of that. Poisoned her, laid next to her to do fun things to Minnie while she died, but then had Minnie's son come in and lay next to her while she fucking did it.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it was very, very upsetting. So in 6 weeks, this entire family was wiped out.
Wow.
Why? She didn't want to pay that goddamn rent. Look, let me tell you something. I live in California. I pay rent. It's a fucking killer. I ain't killing families within 6 weeks, okay? That's rude. That's rude. So Paul Gibbs is the father-in-law, and he's the one that brings us all together, and he's like, fuck you, Jane. I know it was fucking you. He's the only one that said, there's something going on here. Let's have them exhumed. Were they poisoned? Like, he was the one that put it. He's us on Clued Up. Yeah. Okay, he is the one.
Yep.
So, good job, Paul Gibbs.
Yes.
Doing it. Okay, so he was like, I don't think so. We need a detective. We need to pull this together. Now, while this is happening, Jane, of course, obviously, is still trying to hook up with Liz's widower.
Oh,
Orma.
give it up.
And Orma was like, not interested. And so then she said, well, if you don't, say you're going to be with me, I'm going to tell the whole town that I'm pregnant and it's yours. And he's all, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch? Like, it was a whole Maury, like, episode. And then she was like, oh, you won't be with me. And she tried to kill herself. And he was not into it. And then she went back. And then she tried to poison him a little bit, but not too much. And he was like, you've got to go.
Oh.
So that's the whole Orville Jane situation. So he lived.
Wow. Well, good for him.
But she was a hot goddamn mess to poor Orville. I feel
Isn't
bad
it?
for him.
It's something to note though, is that she tried to kill herself.
Yeah.
Like, you killed all these fucking people, but you can't do it to
Right,
yourself.
right.
The fuck's wrong with you?
It was obviously for attention.
Yeah.
She knew how to kill
Yeah,
herself.
she did.
Hey, I'm gonna kill myself. Well, do it right, bitch. Fucking idiot. Okay. So Paul Gibbs, the father-in-law, who's bringing all this shit together, orders autopsies for the family and talks to Leonard Wood, a toxicologist, about what is going on. Yes, there's poison in these bodies.
Wow.
Dun, dun, dun. Then a detective, John Patterson, is on the fucking case and is talking to people and is like, oh, wait, I think Jane is bad.
Wow.
I mean,
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so they tie all this together. They fucking interview this bitch. And on October 29th, 1901, she's arrested at 47 years old. So this detective is talking to her, like, just give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. And she tells all. She says she's killed at least 33 people.
Wow.
That it's people that she cared for. That the only one she didn't like that she killed was Elizabeth. Right?
Wow.
That was out of revenge.
yeah.
Right? And she got a sexual, like, gratification
Wow.
while they fucking died. This fucking bitch. Right?
Wow.
And the defense is like, we're going to do insanity. We're going to
Yeah,
plead
fucking
insanity. And she was like, what? And they're like, yes. Insanity.
And she's like, no, I'm totally fine.
Right.
No, that's normal behavior.
no, it's normal. It's fine. I've heard it's fine.
Punish me, baby.
Right, right. So Dr. Stedman is the one that evaluated her, and he said that she had moral insanity, which I loved because I feel like I also have moral insanity. So she went to trial. The trial lasted 9 days. The jury was out for 20 fucking minutes.
Wow.
And they found her not guilty by reason of insanity.
Okay.
And Jolly Jane was like doing a little jig, like her Irish jig, blah, blah, blah. And then she didn't realize, no, you're going to spend the rest of your life in a fucking asylum. She was sent to an asylum. She became like an old woman in this asylum, and they said that she calmed down, became like just, a sweet old woman. You would never know that she just fucking loved to kill people and jerk herself off while she did it. Right.
Oh my god.
She died at the age of 84 on August 19th,
old.
1938.
Wow.
Yep.
That's so old, especially for that time.
Right.
Mhm.
It's very old.
So they're saying that even though, like, this first interview, she said, like, 33, later on in her life, she said, okay, it was probably at least 100 people. She just said she fucking loved to kill people. It just really...
What was her reason that she wanted to be...
in control.
Not just that, but she wanted to kill the most people. That was...
She did say that she
Yeah.
wanted to kill the most people and be the most known for that. And I know like all about serial killers or whatever, but I've never really heard about Jane Toppin. And she really is like the fucking worst woman serial killer fucking ever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
She really
Because
is.
she isn't like killing him and stealing their money like Eileen Wuornos.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
She's slowly killing them over a long period of time and just getting off
Yeah.
the entire fucking
Kill.
time.
The thrill of the kill.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
thrill of the kill.
Mhm.
She's
Why
the
did she
fucking
stop
worst.
killing though? Even when she went to the insane asylum, it seems like there are people there she could still
I mean, who
kill.
knows? Maybe she did. Maybe they like didn't catch that, and maybe she killed people, and they just thought, oh, they died.
Yeah, it just
You
seems
know?
like in such a rush.
They're like,
Why
thank
would
you,
they why would she give
Jane.
it up?
One person.
Unless
Not
they
take
had
care.
her locked up where she couldn't get out and do
Right.
the stuff that,
Had her.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
in a straight jacket or who knows.
I
what.
mean, even because when you look at movies and stuff, they all have their own room and they're all locked in, and there's very little time for like social activity, right? So maybe that's how she got rid of that itch.
Wow.
Right.
Or like wasn't able to
But the
fulfill
fact that she
the
wanted
itch.
to be known,
Mm-hmm.
that's why she told what
Right.
she did.
Yeah.
But you know, and then you wonder, like, okay, was she a product of her environment? Like, did her parents and her
I don't think
You
she
know,
would have
like-
been like this.
She
If
was
it
shown
wasn't
love.
for right.
right?
She wasn't loved.
She was rejected by her father. She was rejected by her foster mother. She was rejected by someone that she was supposed to love and
Right.
marry at the fucking altar.
Mhm.
Society rejected her
Right.
for the way she looked. I feel terrible for her, but she made bad decisions.
Right.
She made an awful decision. She killed so many people. This story was kind of crazy. I listened to so many podcasts and watched so many shows, and there's a book called Fatal, which is really, really good. But you can watch her episode on Deadly Women. It's season 3, episode 3, which is really good.
Mhm.
Serial killers on, if you listen to podcasts, they did an episode on her.
Mhm.
Criminal did an episode on her. Some other podcasts did episodes on her. Don't listen to those.
No. Don't do yourself up.
So
Yeah.
did they ever make a movie out of this? Because I think
No.
this would be bomb.
So this is
It
really
would be
funny.
bomb.
yeah.
This is really funny. So they used the idea of Jane Toppin for like a really stupid B movie called American Nightmare. And they used Jane Toppin as a nurse, and she was a serial killer, and she was listening into this pirate radio where on Halloween these kids were like calling in about their worst nightmares. Like, oh, call us and tell us what your worst nightmare is. And this lady was like, oh, I hate, like, my worst nightmare is, like, the scene in Psycho where she's killed in the shower. And this other guy's like, my worst nightmare is, like, being fucked by an old lady and her dentures stay on my, you know? It was super stupid, like a total B movie. Not very good. I started watching it when you told me about Jane Toppin.
Mm-hmm.
And then I very soon realized that this is not the Jane Toppin we were talking about.
But I'm gonna finish this goddamn movie.
I will. It's on Netflix and thing. Netflix. No, it's on Prime. It's on Prime. It's called American Nightmare, and it's ridiculous. It's not even worth it. But
So there is some stuff on the paranormal side. They say the Davis home. Obviously, this entire family was wiped out. 6 weeks that it's haunted. So that's in Boston, Massachusetts. There's a Cape Cod home. Just really interesting. I didn't know any of these things, and to me, the worst female serial
Right.
killer by far, easy. Who the fuck is Eileen Wuornos? Fucking nobody. It's Jane Toppin all day, every day. Jolly Jane. But that's the story of her, so I'm glad
Great
you did
job.
it. Yay!
That was great.
Do we have
all right.
a badass story of the week? Woo!
All right. So I did some very quick thinking here.
gonna
We
eat
were
some
so
popcorn.
busy with our clued up that I didn't have a badass story of the week. But I did come up with something that's relevant to today. So you all know that we've been dealing with these Australian bushfires. And they're devastating, and you all see the videos of the like little koala bears and
Oh,
everything, and
it's
it's
horrible.
just so sad and breaks my heart. That needs to be under control. But there are something called dinosaur trees. They have been around for 200 million years. They actually survived when the dinosaurs did not. So they're called dinosaur trees. So there are 200 trees, and they're known as Wollemi pines, and they're in the wild. Their location has actually remained a closely kept secret in order to ensure their protection. So they are in danger of being burned down by these bushfires. And so Australian firefighters heard about this, and they decided that they were going to do everything they could to protect this, natural, what am I trying to
Forest.
say? Forest, yeah. So,
Wooded area if there's
Yeah.
dead bodies in it.
maybe, yeah. It's just cool. The pines outlived the dinosaurs. So just a week before the fires hit the surrounding forest, firefighters sprayed the trees with fire retardant and installed an irrigation system to keep the area moist.
Oh, good.
Wow.
As the fire drew closer, air tankers dumped water around the perimeter of the grove and kept the flames at bay. Although a few of the trees were slightly singed by the blaze, they were basically successfully protected in the grove. And it says, like, you know, like, just to give you an idea, it's something like the opera house of the natural world. Losing it would have added to the catastrophe we have seen elsewhere. So I just think that's a pretty good story to end today.
Yeah, put an irrigation system. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I work with Australian people every day. And since these fires have been going on for a few months, a lot of times I am just an ear. And they just need to talk about it. And we had fires here not that long ago, and it lasted for a very short period of time, but we all had to work through it, right, emotionally. And it was pretty quick in and out, and this has been going on for them for 4 months. So, so they need to talk about it, and I'm going to listen. And a lot of them are really positive, like it's gonna come back, we're gonna be okay. I do know that there's a little boy that is selling like little koala statues. You can buy those like to give money to help things with the Australian fires. It's just really sad because even though these people are on the other side of the world, we're all connected. And I would not want to be in their position. And where they live is being absolutely destroyed. The animals are dying. And they're dying in terrible, terrible fucking ways. And it is very sad. So I try to be a good listener. And that's all I can do in my
The fires are out now, right? Because of the rain?
Not completely, no.
Yeah, no, they're still.
Yeah, in New South Wales, it's still going. My heart is with them. I'm glad that they were able to save these trees. That's important.
Yeah.
If there's any way to give back, do it. You know.
Yeah, buy the little koalas.
Buy a little
cute.
koala. Give back. They are really cute. Do they hang on like a glass?
It looks like it.
It hangs on.
All right,
like
I'll
a
put
little
that up
glass.
on the website.
Yeah.
I'll buy a
So
koala.
cute.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we should all buy koalas. I also saw someone selling like koala bracelets, and then the money goes to them too.
Okay.
I would be totally open to that. I am not a rich person, right? But I feel like I should do like a little something to feel like I'm giving back. And these are people that I work with and love, and it just kills me that this is where they live, and everywhere they live is being destroyed. And that is awful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? That is awful. But thank you.
Yes. Nice
Good story. Good
Liked it.
story.
All
Okay.
right, y'all.
So check us out on social media. Our website, again, is handcuffsandsagepodcast.com. Shoot us an email. Send us your stories to handcuffsandsage@gmail.com. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Check out our Patreon page. Help us out. We need some new mics.
We need equipment. That is true.
Timo's computer is about ready to just give up. So
Timo's computer is holding a knife to its fucking throat. He's like, do it, bitch.
Just hanging by
So
a
as you
thread.
know, I do the editing for the podcast. I use my really old laptop that I have, and I got this nice little message that popped up saying, "Hey, Windows 7, bitch, what you're working on is not around anymore."
Oh,
You
no.
ass bitch.
It's extinct. Okay.
I told that to the IT guy at my work, and he's like, 7? I'm like, yeah, no judging.
Don't judge.
Don't judge me.
me.
Come on. Yep.
I think that it's okay to say we need help with equipment.
Mhm.
We're working
absolutely.
moms. We're not rich moms.
We buy our own wine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But
Why are we buying our own wine?
But you know, we got something in return for it too. You know, we have little goodies to offer you guys, and
Yeah.
some
What?
fun
Like
stuff.
$1 a month. Give $1 a month. I hope we're entertaining enough to be $1 a month.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So any help is great. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Reviews on iTunes. Ooh,
Yes.
That would be nice. Yes.
We would love that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're hoping for sponsorship, and in order to get that, we need you guys to review iTunes so that we can prove to our sponsors that we are worthy.
Yes.
I feel worthy on the inside.
We are. We're so
But
worthy.
they need to see it on the
They
outside.
just, they just
For
need
sure.
to see statistics, and that's going to come
Yeah.
from you all. So we hope that you rate us and review us on iTunes.
Yes. Okay. Are
Okay.
you ready?
Yeah.
Hey, never forget, you know what we do?
We
We do what we want. Woo!
That's right, bitches.
I mean,
Okay, bye. I love you.
Chicka wow wow.